Hey everyone, it's Lexi. So in today's video I'm going to be doing something a little bit different, but if you guys have been watching my channel for a while, you know that I'm a big fan of bullet journals. So I decided to do kind of get ready with me for 2018 bullet journal planning. So yeah, I have my first bullet journal I did started in the summer of 2016, so this is technically like my third one because I do it by year. So my first one I did the moleskin gridded one, and then for my birthday my brother got me the Peter Popper one as well. I really liked this one, but I went back to the moleskin one. But I think next year I'm gonna try the, I can never pronounce the name, but I'll have it here, that one. I'll try that one too to see which one I like, but I really like this one because it is a little bit bigger. You can see size wise it is a bit bigger than the moleskin. But yeah, so I thought I'd just kind of do a kind of plan with me, like flip through of everything that I planned out for 2018. I'm gonna still add to this. I think as for the most part it's set up basically how I set up the beginning of my bullet journal. But so yeah, without further ado, let's get started. Alrighty guys, so here is my bullet journal. This time again I went with the moleskin large grid paper one. For 2017 my brother got me this one. It is the Peter Popper grid one that I used up, so yeah, I needed a new one. So I want to try out I will write the name here because I can never say it, so I think in 2019 I'll try that one out. But I really like this one because it is bigger and it doesn't bleed through. I find with the moleskin one it does bleed through, so that's just something to be aware of. Yeah, so let's just hop right into it here. So when you open it up, it asks for like your information, which I haven't filled in yet. I think it's weird that they do a reward if you find it, but oh well. So starting out, I first have the key, which is something I never actually stick to. This is something that I've had in my past 2 bullet journals and I just kind of stick with it now. And I needed something to put on this first page because it is a little bit awkward because it's still kind of sewn into the seam here. So yeah, I just kind of have a little standard key that I don't stick to at all. So on this next page here, I just have a index which covers about 4 pages or so, or 5 I guess. So yeah, I just kind of do basically, so I do it by month, so January, and then I'll fill it out. So I leave extra space because I don't know how much stuff I'm gonna do. So that's basically just the index and setting everything up. And so here is where the bullet journal actually like truly begins. So I did this last year where I had I picked a word, and I found this just online. I just looked for a watercolor and I just reused it. But this year, in 2017 I did thrive, so this year I'm doing dream, and so that just kind of sets up the month. And so here I have essentially just a layout of the months. I did run out of space here, but that's okay. So I just have the month, so like a year at a glance basically. So nothing too fancy here. This next page is where I keep important dates, so kind of like birthdays. Actually it's just all birthdays. I asked for some washi tape for Christmas, so hopefully I'll be able to kind of spice up this page a little bit more, but this is where I just keep all the birthday stuff, because I have quite just like my mom and my dad, my brother and sister, my cousins, aunts and uncles, and all that, grandparents. So here, this is probably one of my favorite pages that I love filling out throughout the years, like over the course of the year. And it's basically all the books that I've read. So up here on the top, my yearly goal is always 50 books, so I can keep a tab of them here. And then I'll just write down the books that I've read for kind of January through December. So I just like to keep track of there, even though I have it on Goodreads. I like to kind of have a physical copy that I can always check on. Next, I haven't filled some of this stuff out yet, but basically this is for my TBR shelf. So all the books that I haven't read yet, I keep a tally of them here, and if I do like a circle and then their name, and then if I read it, I fill in the circle. So the goal this year, 2018, is to read all the books on my TBR. So hopefully you'll see when I do like a year-end flip through, I'll get like all of them done. And then this is just pre-orders where I keep track of all of the books, movies, and TV shows and music that I pre-order. It's a good way to kind of keep track of everything in the new year, because sometimes I'll pre-order a book like a month or so in advance and I forget about it. So this way I can kind of keep track of everything. Next page, this is just kind of a movies watch page. So after I watch a movie, I'll just write it down, and I think it's nice to look back onto it again. Again, I do have a letterbox, but I like having a physical edition. Here is where I keep track of my favorite teas over the course of the year. So I just have black, green, rooibos, herbal, white, and matcha. So then if I find a tea that I like that's new, I'll write it down, and then I can always remember what was that one tea that I really liked. So yeah, tea is a very big priority in my life. Next, this is a TV show tracker. I kind of have it set up kind of planning in advance. This is for the 2017-2018 season. So these are shows that are currently airing, and then I'll kind of update it where I'm at now, because some of the shows are still going when I'm filming this. So then I'll kind of just scratch it off, so then I know which ones I need to be caught up on, and then just kind of keeping track of all of that. So these are the ones that are airing in the 2017-2018 season. So these are ones that are going to be like on Netflix or I own on DVD that I want to go back and rewatch. Currently on the second season of Downton Abbey, so that's what I'm currently watching right now. And I just leave it blank because these next few pages blank, so that the more shows I watch I can fill them in and all that fun stuff. And then this last page here is for the 2018-2019 season. So basically what I did here. Basically what I did here is just I save it in advance for the next TV show season. Here is like my saving goals, and these are like the things that I need to be saving up for over the next year or so. And then I can add more throughout the year as well. So this is like a good thing. It keeps me, like, it helps me kind of plan out my savings and all that. So this is really useful. I use this one a lot. This is someday, maybe. So essentially these are like my life goals that I want to achieve within like my lifetime, and then this is 2018 goals, so things that I want to achieve this year. Again, I haven't filled anything out yet. I just kind of got the template all set up. Here is where I keep track of upcoming movies that will be coming out into theaters and that I'm interested in seeing. Yeah, I like going to the movies. There's a lot of good movies coming out in 2018, so I'm really excited. And then this is favorite songs of 2018. So essentially, if I have a favorite song, I'll write it out, and usually this page is full by the end of the year. This is kind of finishing up the stuff, kind of the front quarter, I guess you could say, of my bullet journal before I go into the months. So this is just a lady time tracker. I don't need to explain that. And then like weight goals, this is like my target weight, and then these are just kind of milestones that I can kind of celebrate throughout the weight loss process. And then finally we're kind of moving into January. So my months kind of follow a similar pattern, I guess you could say. So just in terms of their layout, I may add a couple things here or there, but for the most part they stick to this. They might change once I have like an actual job, once I graduate in April, so be interesting to see how that all works out. But yeah, so beginning here is just a habit tracker, so it has like 8 hours of sleep, wake up by 8, homework, drink tea, no spending, reading, upload videos and all that, so I can track that. And this is a weight tracker as well, so I can just track the progression of my weight over the month. This is again just goals that I have for the month, and then kind of memories here as well, so things I can look back on. Usually if I go to the movies, I will stick the little ticket stub here if I go to a concert or anything, so I can always go back and look at that. Here is a spending log for January, where I just keep track of the store I went to, the items I bought, kind of if I use cash or credit card, the cost, and then the total balance. So like I usually have a monthly kind of spending limit that I like to keep myself to, so this is a good way of keeping track of all my expenses. And then finally I have kind of the last thing before I actually get into my planner side of my bullet journal is kind of my January favorites. This was a new edition that I started in December, actually this month. So yeah, so it's just movies, music, TV shows, books, makeup, and tea. So let me know if you're interested in me doing a favorites. It might be seasonal, because I don't know, I could be boring in 1 month, or if you're interested in that, that'll be fun. But here's where I get into my kind of weekly setup. because I do a lot of meal planning. It just makes it easier during the week, so I have the month all set up that I can add stuff during the week, and then I do my lunch and dinner for each day, and then a grocery list that I add things kind of throughout the week as I need them. And then finally, the last thing that I have here before it kind of repeats itself in terms of the planner for the next week is where I just kind of have a kind of more like a bigger planner. So if I have things that I need to do, this is kind of like a week at a glance in terms of like the size, and then this is like tasks that I need to do that day, and so I can check them off. So yeah, that's basically everything that I have so far for January, but yeah. That's it, guys. I hope you enjoyed this video. Let me know in the comments below if you want to see more bullet journal videos in the future. And so yeah, thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you guys next time. Bye, guys.